Hey, hey, my party people. We're doing the thing with the thing. Now, we're in the we're in the conference that Toa's in. You saw Toa. Not there. I think this was the last place where we need to go. There you all are. There you all are. Have you noticed anything amiss? No, not yet. That monitor over there gives you a security overview of the entire tower at once, right? Correct. You have access to every critical area of the building in real time. That includes the conference room, of course. Numerous, numerous locations are beginning to incorporate video surveillance, as I recall from the IBC to Orbital stores. I've never seen such a large quantity of them in one place, however. How many? How many there are is only half of it. The fact that the technology even exists is amazing on its own. I wouldn't be surprised to see them used to survey areas outside the city someday. The CGF's days might be numbered, Noel. I don't think it'll ever be that simple. How widespread they become is going to depend on the public's support. Digressions aside, there are more than welcome convenience for this assignment. Havana leads on the terrorist plans. All he can do is nip things in the bud the moment they strike, whether right before or just after. That's why we have to keep our eyes sharp. Can't afford to overlook even the tiniest detail. You come across anything suspicious? Report it at once. Understood. The infrastructure we set up in here allows us to consolidate and parse every bit of security data that flows in just like that. Whilst while the terminals here are limited, we still are able to access the database at CPD headquarters. Should the need arise, we'll have detailed info on any suspicious characters available at our fingertips. Watching the building through this monitor, you can tell everyone on security details on extra high alert. Things would be a lot simpler if our fears about these terrorists turned out to be unfounded, wouldn't they? We're accustomed to protecting government property and dignitaries alike. Whether it's the anniversary festival or this international conference, handling large-scale events is all just part of the job. All of us in the security division are contributing to keeping Orcus Tower safe during the trade conference. Our members are practical combat specialists who train constantly for emergency situations. Should the worst come to pass, I can assure you that we're just as capable as the Crossbell Guardian Force. I still haven't caught wind of any terrorist activity, but it's too optimistic to hope they called off their plans in the face of our flawless security. Would that we will be so lucky. We already visited them. So I think Niall and Dorothy couldn't make it. That's right. They're on assignment on Calvin, so they wouldn't have got it here. Things are a little touch and go over there, right? Yeah, but got something to do with those radical nationalists they've been running around, right? Where is the Republican government is concerned about them making a move during the trade conference. And look at you. It's that trespassing move. It's a shame. There's no evidence of their involvement. Grace managed to dig that info, huh? Since worrying about that, how are we going to get our job? We got our own job to take care of. I haven't heard Too many positive remarks about the crossbow police in the past. How about seeing how tight the building security is? I'm getting the exact opposite impression today. The conclusion I've come to is see many shortcomings are a result of their structure, not the people. Aha, the same can be said about President Rock. He is believing when it comes to understanding what kind of leaders they are. The president's case, he gave up much more. I have had impression when I see him pictured on the Tyrell Times. Alright. It's one patrol down. Nothing unusual to report in the moment. Yep. So far so good. We might as well make another loop around. Good plan. You know, I can't help but wonder if the conference is going smoothly. Me too. The mayor and speaker are doing their best, but that's a tough room they got in there. The Blood and Iron Chancellor and President Rocksmith present the greatest challenge. What they do? Want to ask someone how it's been going during the intermission? Trade conference for the intermission officially be head of state. All that explains it. Things being as precarious as they are, the SSS has to assist with the security detail. Exactly. I'm not sure how much of a difference it really made in the grand scheme, though. We may only be additional peace of mind. Don't sell yourself short, my friend. You're the team that thwarted an assassination attempt on our previous mayor. It's reassuring to have you all here. It's kind of you to say. Yeah. Thanks for the vote of confidence. How's the conference going, Mr. Grimmark? Things appear to be proceeding smoothly thus far. That's a fair assessment. Talks are slow but steady for now. The participating nations have already agreed to several trade deals. Crow's efforts are truly beginning to pay off for all of us. Oh, goodness. That puts my mind at ease. Slow but steady for now, you say. Do you think things may get rocky in the second half? No. Is there something you're concerned about? I doubt I hold the jurisdiction to tell you this. As an observer, on the sidelines. The focal point of the first half of the conference concerned on proposals that affect such fields as trading and finance. The second half, on the other hand, will be reserved from proposals from each of the various heads of state. This is undoubtedly where the topic of crossbells defenses will be addressed. What if they do that? It'll only be a matter of time before a foreign military presence enters the equation. What about the non-aggression pact? It's only been 2 years since it was signed. The Queen of Libero did push the pact into being with crossbells' best interests in mind. But technically, two of the nations participating today never signed that pact. Romaferia and, well, crossbows, so. In light of that, it's only inevitable that a new continental security framework will be discussed. Likely so. My grandfather shares your concerns and expectations, but drafting up a new pact and having crossbow signed at this time not be the simplest solution? It has to be. They could model out the framework after the non-aggression pact. Prohibit military force between all the nations. Oh. I get it. Crossbell isn't technically a nation. Empire and the Republic only recognize crossbells and autonomous. It's as you say. Crossbell lacks the sovereignty to enter into an international treaty. Economic arrangements alone are not grounds for the state to enter into a formal pact as its own entity. That the line we tread is precisely what puts the state of Crossbell in jeopardy. I'm sorry, getting it, but this definitely isn't getting dry. Excuse me, but I have something I would like to ask. Crossbell is not the only autonomous state on the continent. Lamont, Ored, and Northumbria, for instance. Those states also barred from entering into international treaties? No, they're not. It's true that each state has its own set of historical circumstances as to why they remain states instead of forming nations. However, each is also recognized by the major powers as independent, with sovereignty of their own. So they have equal standing. Exactly, they're treated very differently from Crossbow. Primarily because our sovereignty is recognized by the whole city of Arteria. The holy city of Arteria, as in the high seat of the Septing Church. Yes, it's a city-state. Arteria's territory is small. The church holds religious authority across the continent. Numerous autonomous states and free cities are other establishments in the church's This autonomy was gifted by Erebonian Colbert. That's how we're in the unique position of having two suzerain powers above us. That has historically led to Crossbow being dragged into conflict time and time again. Crossbow only had a modicum of sovereignty. We would work to improve this situation. Consent from both countries is what it will take for that to become a reality, and that is basically no. I wish I can disagree, but that way it doesn't seem bleak, or does seem bleak. Getting back to the topic at hand, I'd expect the Chancellor and President to have their ideas regarding crossbow security. Naturally, each country's terms for their representative proposals will differ vastly. The Speaker and Mayor will have to be wary of what we stand to gain or lose. Apologies, my young friends. I'm sure you already have enough on your minds. Remember, the Speaker Mintel is no stranger to matters such as these. I get the sense Mayor Croy still has some cards to play himself. Think he has a plan? But what could it be? Don't know the particulars myself. Nonetheless, it could very well. Sorry, I should take this. That was smart speaking. Lloyd Banning speaking. Bannings, the press conference has concluded. The dignitaries are now headed to the 36th floor. Where are you going? Where are you? Oh, we're still in the break room on the 34th. Is there something you need us to do? Yes, actually, we're contacted by Chancellor Osborne and President Roxburgh. They'll request to speak with the SSS during the intermission. Hey, what? You know who they are. I hope you understand that we're in no position to turn them down. The SSS is to visit them both of them during the intermission. And that's an order. The President is staying in the furthest room of the West Wing corridor, while the Chancellor is in the first of the East. Hold on a second. Yeah, that we can't refuse, but why ask for us? This is a lot of pressure, Toby. Don't be such a child, Bannings. It's an excellent opportunity to get some insight on which each side has. So. You're right. Okay, we'll head there right away. Lena McDowell if the going gets rough. She is the one in your team best suited for handling these situations. Report to me once you're finished. Understood. What's that about, Lloyd? You're getting real right up there. What's going on, bud? Raise your tails. Excuse me? Excuse me? You're joking. I can understand. He seems entirely serious. This is certainly a surprise. Special Sports Section's name is more well known than I had thought. About that, I suspect it's because we're familiar with several members of their personnel. That's the only reason for their interest in us that I can think of. You might be onto something there. Regardless of the reason, there's no way we could possibly. No, I know it. Head up to the 36th floor. Dudley said there were rooms on the furthest end, the east and west wings. You don't want to keep them waiting. Roger. Yes, sir. has us inside. Presses in the lab. Still intermission though. Introducing, we look the other way. We'll probably still only take a few photos. I won't even know we're there. That's right. You can go back to your race empty-handed. Please, that's true. This is over. Good luck trying to get a tell a reporter where they can and can't get. As long as no one is trying to physically force their way through, they're not making any rules. I guess so. This is all part of being a member of the press, right? Either way, we might as well give them any hope using elevators right now. I guess you could miss that. Let's check out what's. There's Miss Toe. Hello, Angie. Yeah, we're in the middle of an intermission. That's right. Class 7 is at Corellia Fortress right now. I'm a little worried about what the Imperial Liberation Front is up to. They should be fine as long as Crow's with them. I'll keep an eye out over my end. So you guys be sure to do the same. No, that's not like any airman I've seen before. Must have been co-developed by the Foundation in Ranford. There is that girl was talking about that. Seemed pretty on top of it all. I guess anyone can do that sort of thing. Huh? You love me, Angie? That's a serious situation here. I'll keep an eye out over my end. So you guys be sure to do the same. We all know about that. I spotted Mr. McLean having a conversation with President Rossbix in the waiting room down the hall. They seem to already be acquainted. I just wonder what their relationship is. This is the waiting room for those accompanying the representatives from Mariboni and the borough. Which means that just minutes ago, the Julia Schwartz was standing right in the spot. It makes me want to scream. Vice Commissioner looks so apprehensive, saying, what's on his mind? Don't worry, I won't bother him. I'm just worried as all. Hi, what an amazing view. It's difficult to imagine any terrorists would take a swing at such beautiful skies. Yeah, that's right. The mere notion is absurd. Simply no way it could ever happen. Alright, I'll just straighten out the microphone. I have to admit, I get a bit jittery thinking about some of the most powerful people in the continent sitting here just moments ago. Is that Arias and Killian? Please tell me they could be. The year has gone by since you left. Are you adjusting well to your new job? More or less. The workload is so much heavier. It doesn't even begin to compare. Don't imagine. And how should it go? Your blows over. Though sometimes I feel as though she's a bit too accommodating for a child her age. She really certainly blessed with a wonderful friend as well. I've noticed that she smiles more often since then. That's good to hear. It's only been half a decade since Saya's passing, hasn't it? Not to mention 6 years since I first met her. That's right, 6 years. You were wandering the continent when you came across Saya and crossed the city by chance. I remembered she insisted you stay with our family. We were in town, no matter how much you tried to refuse. Imagine my surprise when I saw you working for the Bracer Guild in the borough 3 years later. The goddess works in mysterious ways. You never quite know what threads will end up tying people together. I'll never forget the hospitality of the two you showed me that day. My only regret is that I was unable to return the favor to her. I don't need to dwell. The fact that you remember it this day would be more than enough for Saya. Like those two knew each other before they met through the guild. Evidently so, but I feel like it would be rude to listen any further. I agree, you should leave before we interrupt them. Disappointed to meet you. Heard you and Lynn had lunch together during the anniversary. Were they? It wasn't my intention to give them the full show. It's amazing to think those two are the same two rookies that came through the doors of his ice bench. Indeed. You're invaluable to us during this day. I expected as much from a pair that was raised by Cassius. Look forward to seeing how they continue to grow. That's right, Kilika used to be a bracing receptionist. Explains how she knows it's still in Jeff. Small world, they say. You'll often have fewer degrees of separation between them and the years. Incidentally, I've heard you've been in contact with them. You could say that. Though I rarely get the chance to meet anyone, our positions being with him. It's enough he's driving for one day. We can move along. Just want to keep dropping the eaves. Huh? It seems the elevator was right. How about that? Please, after you. Oh, couldn't you go on ahead? Alright, I'll promise you I'll help you over here. No, I insist you were here first. What's up, blood? Hey, look at those two soldiers by the elevator. They appear to be trying to compromise on who rides the elevator first. It's kind of painful to watch. Like an awkward couple on the first date in the anniversary festival. We can forgo using the elevator for now. I'll just spare the emotional turmoil. Yeah, good call. What's that? I see. That's why when you ran into Lucy. Yep. I was only running a ferry on business too. Guess she caught wind. Tried to run, but she got me. Geesh, I must be losing my touch. You guess how many bonks over the head she gave me? Not one. She hugged you instead, with tears in her eyes, didn't she? Dang it. I can tell exactly how Lucy feels, you know. Probably well aware of just how dangerous her day-to-day is. Sure, she's been worried sick. Man, woman's intuition is no joke. Makes me scan tingle. Never do know how to handle them. Maybe, but you brought it upon yourself. Still, it does take me back. Been so long since I've seen Leo, too. I'd love for all of us to have a reunion. I don't know, face left. Isn't this the part where you say, yeah, let's all have a bash at Michelin. Or until we drown. Yeah, not a bad impression. No promises, but I'll see what I can do. Just don't hold your breath, alright? I know. You won't be able to stop me from looking forward to it anyway. Now that I should be going, if you'll please excuse me. No problem. Hey, don't forget to say hi to Sig for me. Still home for that salami. Damn, she's really coming to her end. Well, couldn't ask for a better crown princess. You guys think so too, right? Busted. Sorry, we didn't mean to eavesdrop. Didn't hear much, I assure you. Didn't you, Ellie? You seem very invested in their relationship from when I was there. Geo. Well, she ain't the only one. You and the princess sure seem close. What's the story there? I was her upperclassman back at school. Prep. I mean, not Sunday school. Genius Royal Academy, to be specific. Genius Royal Academy. That's one of the world's more prestigious institutions, isn't it? That's right. It's not unheard of for them to accept students from abroad, but... You studying there in taxpayer money? Nah, old man. Gilliath paid my tuition out of pocket. Well, it's about time I hit the old dusty trail myself. That reminds me, you gotta call in to talk with the head honchos, right? They're both real pains in the ass to deal with. So, good luck in there. What? What? Maybe any more sketchy if you tried. Who'd have thought the next Queen of the realm went to school with Imperial spy. Truth is stranger than fiction, they say. In the case, we can't forget that he's a subordinate of the Blood and Iron Chains. As for what he's after personally, I think we all have to figure that out for ourselves. Ask her a question, see? I suppose grandmother would have handled it if she'd been the one to come. Scree! Have a point. I suppose I can't help being around. Oh, hey, SSS. Sorry for interrupting, Your Highness. Nothing to consider yourself, Sophie. I was merely thinking about... To be honest, I'm glad you came to visit. Your Highness. You're also concerned about what may happen during the second half of the campus? Partially, yes. It's actually reflecting on something a tad broader. As a crown princess, I have a fair bit of knowledge when it comes to diplomatic negotiations. But to a good negotiator comes many skills, insight, judgment, and objectivity, for instance. First half of the conference made me painfully aware that I still have room to grow in both those particular areas. Well, that's what's bothering you. Give yourself some credit, knowing where you can improve at half the battle. That's right. You're still not as old as Lloyd, Ellie, and myself, Rose. An inspiration, if you ask me. That's very kind of you to say. Still, being timid in a room like that is unavoidable at this stage of my career. Though the continent's troubles wait for no one, I nevertheless have to learn at my own pace. Take everything in stride. Well, that's a good approach. Just don't forget to cut loose and relax every now and then. Like now, for instance, you only get one intermission. Be ashamed to waste it. I swear to AD, I was still thinking of not inviting her for a drink or worse. Gee, it's alright. I was never one for excessive formalities. Lack of it is quite relaxing, actually. Now that I think about it, perhaps nostalgic is a better word. I'm around all of you. I feel like I'm speaking with Syl, Joshua, and the rest of our friends. Not sure we can really compare, Well, I'd have to disagree with you on that. Ah, yes. Do you care for some tea? No, we couldn't. Much as I would love to, we have somewhere else we need to go. My apologies. I should have anticipated that. I won't keep you waiting. Please be careful today, everyone. I wish you all the best. Rest assured that I'll be giving my very best during the second half of the day. Well, we're waiting for you, Hines. Been deliberating for now. I'm absolutely exhausted after facing both Osborne. Oh no, don't say yourself, your old chum. You've grown quite capable of commanding the room on you. Say your predecessors will be proud of the way you handled yourself. It's been 5 years since I ascended to the throne. Warfare's domestic order has only been secured. As a statesman. Look who it is. Thank you again for your help yesterday. Good afternoon, Special Force Mission. Pardon our interruption. Did hear about your being added to today's security mission. We appreciate your service. It's my understanding that you once even saved Speaker McCall's life. It seems we're in good hands. But you're expecting way too much for us. Not at all. Find your presence here most reassuring. You need that peace of mind to properly navigate the second half of the conference. I'm not that. Do you expect the upcoming discussions to become problematic? I do. Like the first half, I suspect the faults of Crossbow State will be thrust into the spotlight one after another, to which the major powers will no doubt be as demanding as they've ever been. However, I'm also concerned about during our latest Jenny Craig session, he was rather enthusiastic about introducing some truly radical ideas. Such drive comes with youth. I do respect that. However, I worry about what direction I make it take it through. I haven't thought about that. Mr. Grimwood. Mr. Grimwood alluded to Mayor Croy having some kind of plan for Sadler campus. I can't profess to know the details myself, but I'm certain he'll bring it to the table sooner or later. And whether it turns out for good or ill depends entirely on how the conference proceeds. Isn't that right, Speaker? Precisely. The Speaker is imperative that I lend my utmost support to Mayor Croy's creative creature. It's no simple duty, to be sure, but I'll do what I can for it. Of course. That's all. Let's go here. We've been expecting you. You're the Crossbell Police Department Special Sports Section, correct? Yeah. Is the president's room? Yes, I've been instructed to let you pass. Please make your way inside. Thank you. Can't believe we're about to meet the president. One of the two largest nations in the world. You said it. Yeah, I got butterflies in my stomach. I think President Rocksmith needs to go on the diet. Excuse us, Mr. President. I told you requested us to meet us at the special sports section. Ah. Thank you all for coming. But please, no need for all the pomp and circumstance. Go ahead and have a seat. Oh, sure. It's very kind of you, Mr. President. Wahaha. My invitation must have come with quite a shock to you. I truly appreciate you taking the time out of your busy agendas for this. I imagine you must be very busy yourself. Not at all. It's not just being in your presence. You're Speaker McDowell's grandmother, is that not right? We met once before at a celebration of some sort, if I remember correctly. That's right, we spoke then. Had the opportunity to visit Calvin with my grandfather. That was 2 years back. Ah, yes, now I remember. We are surprised to hear your grandfather chose to take the post of Speaker instead of seeking re-election. I truly admire how passionate he still is in his age. He's a model statesman, in fact. I'm sure my grandfather would be delighted to hear that. Not to change the subject, Mr. President. Oh, well, what was it you called us here for? Ah, well, truth be told, I've already heard all about all your SSS loads from Killigan. This year's Schwalze auction sounded like you're quite the affair, wouldn't you say? Frankly, former Speaker Hodgman and I were never on the message. Selfish as it may be, I've been eager to meet the group that tipped the first dominoes and led to his downfall. We're honored, sir. Yeah, but real talk, you didn't do much. Guy just couldn't stop shooting himself in the foot. Very true. He had his own bed the day he became involved with the cult. Ah, yes. Who can forget them? The D therefore G cult. Their treachery spread across the entire continent, but no nation was more affected than my own. I owe you my thanks for putting a stop to them once and for all. You're welcome. Really, we're only doing our job. Honestly, I'd say our contributions didn't really amount to much. Wah-ha-ha. No need to be so humble, my boy. I've heard things were rather dire. Even your guardian force was being manipulated. Yet in the face of it all, you still managed to quash the cult and keep that little girl safe. Great goddess in the sky, there are no small achievements to speak of. Ah, you flatter us, Mr. President. Truly, I'm not sure we deserve such high praise. Oh, but you do. Had Crossbell fallen to the cult, I don't know what would have become of us. Those dastardly villains took hold of the IBC, International Trade and Finance, come to a screeching halt. I'm sure you don't mean to tell me that how severe the consequences of that would be for the economy.
That's true.
All the more reason I like to acknowledge your valor. I think the fitting thing to do would be to award you each a medal. Yes, that sounds perfect. I'll have the arrangements made as soon as I return to the Republic.
No, you don't have to do that.
Is it even appropriate for citizens of Crossville to receive awards from the Republican government? Besides, we already got more recognition than I can handle from Granddad McDowell. Truly? I don't see any faux pas to be had about it at all. Your troubles are our own as well. After all, the Republic does hold suzerainty over Crossville.
Mr. President.
Oh, ha ha. Now, keep your faces like that. And they'll stay that way. Received an invitation for our friend the Blood and Iron Chancellor, too, did you not? I'd be delighted to speak with you all the more, but I think my turn is over. And not to fear, I'll see to you that you receive those awards we spoke of. Keep an eye out for them, all of you.
Thank you for visiting. You can find Chancellor Osborne's room at the end of the opposite wing. Alright, thanks. We appreciate your help. Welcome. Farewell.
Yeah, something, eh? Exactly what I expect from a major political figure. Capable and devilishly cunning. Could you at least wait until we're not standing in front of his room, Ozzy? To be fair, the president never made much of an effort to hide it. I think he was intentionally trying to place pressure on us. That doesn't change the fact that he did. He was trying to keep up appearances more than anything. As Calvert's president, I would be good publicity now. I don't want to see what this result. Not to mention, he said the Crossbill's troubles are theirs as well. Which reaffirms that he sees Calvert as Crossbill's rightful owners. And you tell me that was the whole reason he called us in? Big shot leaders got egos as wide as their country's borders. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. Even Diet members from an autonomous state like this have no bound. Still have to speak with the chancellor. What do you think he wants to do? I couldn't say it, but we're probably going to lunch and break that. Saw Princess Claudia a few moments ago. I know she'd be here, but I still can't hardly believe my eyes being so close to so many dignitaries of us. Has me starstruck. I don't think I could live with the shame of letting them down. It's a good enough reason to stay sharp today. Oh. Good to see you, sis. Did you have a status update? Report for now. About the two of you. Have you heard anything? Unfortunately not. Things have been quite this far. We're exhausting every avenue in the Erebonian side. Things as well. Unfortunately, neither the nobles or the Northern reformers are intent on giving us any of these. That's unfortunate. Did you say? Yeah. Need to like real pigeons to deal with. Yesterday, Prince Olivage mentioned the possibility of creating a third faction, didn't he? It's been on my mind ever since. If you wouldn't mind, Mayor, could you tell us more about the intentions? Major, not mayor. Well, it's only natural you'd be good. I was supposed to say much, but I don't think there'll be any harm sharing a bit with the SSS. But metaphorically, you could say that princes attempt to shatter some long-standing barriers. Barriers, huh? That's something we're all too familiar with. It's something that you love, Lloyd. Basically, irreconcilable differences between the noble and reformist faction. That won't stop him Games have the two come to terms anyways. Is absurd as it sounds. Prince is trying to get the reformers and no affections to reconcile. Understand star idealism. Isn't the divide between the two sides as wide as Gorilla Canyon itself? Bossy, don't be so. Yeah, he's absolutely right. Still, the prince has committed himself to dancing toe-to-toe with a monster, despite how ludicrous it may be. Still aware of what people call him behind his back. Showy, debaucherous bastard prince. So I can say it's his liege. Let them talk. I decided to stand by him regardless. Let's see, that's very admirable. The prince will always have an ally in the barrel. Major Mueller, Mrs. Princess Clarice has stated. We may not always be able to intervene directly. I'll assist you both in any way we can. Thank you, Secret Captain. I'm truly grateful. It's extremely beloved to have someone valuable. I don't know if I'd go that far. There's no question he has a certain effect on people. Still, the best thing that can happen today would be to trade conference ending. That's the objective. We kind of need if the situation calls for a social consultation. Incidentally, no matter. She's too strong to let that man weaken her resolve. I'm worried myself a little. Talking about lecture? Sounds like there's some history there. It must be the train station. Their mission will be likely over by the time we work down the speed. Take care of anything else we need to do before here. Good afternoon, everyone. If you're looking for Maricroy, he's in Prince Olivet's room at the... No, on the other hand, is in Prince Albert's room. Should be no issue with you dropping into the lead. We're halfway home. I just have to survive the second leg of the campus. Things only going to get more difficult from here on. I hope the speaker and mayor are up to the task. Aha! I see we share the same hopes for the bright men and women that will one day lead our people. Indeed. What's really special about them is their hearts and minds. So pure, light yet fertile. Like a garden basking in the morning light. That's why more and more. Oh, good afternoon, Special Sports Section. Care to join in our chat? Sure. We're not interrupting, that is. What are the two of you discussing? His Highness here appears to be on the board of directors for a prestigious military academy in Arabonia. We're just discussing the founding details of his duties. Board of directors will be individuals responsible for how the schools can operate, correct? Damn. Some hell of a side gig. It's just another one of my many schemes to put my name out there and so. I think the mayor here has contributed far more than I have. All to you, Mayor Croy? It simply means as a business partner. IBC is the Epstein's Foundation's benefactor, and just so happens that the Foundation is part of a major test being held by the Academy. I had no idea. It does remind me, I've heard that our Orville Network tests have also begun with the Empire. No surprise, the continent's largest bank is out in every country in some form or another. Quite right. I dare say I'll let you talk to him. That's preordained by the goddess system. If you say to be a guest lecturer at the academy one day if the opportunity arises, I'll have to warn you that faculty and student relations are strictly illegal. Hey, you say that makes it almost sounds like you're encouraging. Ha ha! An amusing fellow yourself must be quite popular. I may have just to steal you away from another drinks once it's all over. I'd love nothing more, my friend. Have a rousing good time, you and me. Sounds like Zannis. No good deal to really hit it off. I'd say. I guess I have more in common than I realized. Uncle Dieter. What's around this time, Dick? Might I ask how you hold your liquor? I like to think I can keep up right when the libations begin to flow. Oh, I've certainly met my match in the past. I'm curious. To detect a faint air whistle and stuff. Maybe he's remembering an old drinking buddy or something. Yeah. I was thinking if there's anything that it's over. Okay. As per usual. Before we go into a I guess this is correct. Across probably. Excellency is expecting you inside. Don't keep it. Right.
Pardon us.
Practically exudes. As it can be armory. Overbearing is all game. Gives us stress around for it. We received word that you wish to speak with the special sports section. Oh, come in. Do come in. Magnificent view, isn't it? It's fascinating to think that mankind built a structure like this. Look down on more and more. These walls in which we stand are proof they finally changed the glory. Ancient civilization once held. They are. Are you referring to the ancient Sumerians from over 1200 years ago? Everything I heard about them, it sounded like they more or less had magic at their fingertips. Yeah, it wasn't necessarily utopian. During last year's the Burl incident, a large floating city appeared. The city was constructed before the Great Collapse. Will seal the way the symbol of mankind's as well as its hubris. Our potential hubris? You seem to be well informed, man. Oh, I wouldn't say I know everything. As far as crossbow is concerned, I haven't discovered nearly as much as that priest Jogum Gunther did. What we don't know that leads us. And then wait for the affairs of the world. Got everything in your palm of the hand, and life as we live it would be helpless. And to the real was the hemisphere. Oh, so you know. Or do you? I get the sense my name is the only dirty little secret of mine you uncovered. That would simply mean that you have more, or you have none worthy of capturing my attention. No, my interests lie far more on the realm of the Lord, more specifically success. Yeah? Imperial intelligence. Their ability to gather information is second to none. Haha. Where are my manners? I am Gilead Osborne, representative of the Empire of Aeropolia. I've heard much about you from the Nectar. care to join me for a friendly chat before the intermission ends? Well then, Chancellor. What is it that you want to discuss? I seem too aware of everything that's happening right now. No need to overthink it. This is nothing more than a civil conversation. There's something I would like to hear your opinions on, however. Our opinions? Yes, I'll be frank. How long do you think your precious crossbow will last? Bit of a loaded question, isn't it? Haha, on the contrary. I bear no ill will intentions. History tells us that no political entity can last in perpetuity. And that's discounting the Oral Revolution, which has accelerated all aspects of the contemporary world. How much longer can the land as contested as Crossbow stand the coming turbulence of this era? I'm not sure. Forever. As long as there are citizens in the state who have the will to protect it. No. True. Little matters more than having a solid will. A resolve, one might say. There are rare instances in time where trends are bucked. The course of history itself has changed. The people are never truly powerless. I don't doubt the potential their resolve can help them. Then you agree. But consider this. What happens when two opposing resolves clash? It's simple. The lesser of the two would be engulfed, fanning flames of upheaval hotter still, as opposed to those hellborn fires, to emerge again and again across the land. Integrity of morality itself would be melted in the searing heat, until the world itself was ablaze. Such a phenomenon would likely be easy for you to imagine, would it not? Ah. Gah. Gager. I can understand how Crossbow's resolve might seem lesser compared to that of the Empire of the Republic. But even a small flame is capable of burning bright. It's not a foregone conclusion that the larger will engulf it. Just as it wasn't when the Burrow repelled the Imperial Army. Right. It was 12 years ago during the 100 Days War. Well played. Resolve is ultimately a question of dynasty. The Burrow was small, but tenacious. It overcame the shambolic effort the Empire put forth. As much Crossbow could stand to glean from that moment in time. However, I remain unconvinced. Crossbowans have had the same pride and conviction that the rest of the world do. Aha! I'll leave things at that. Our intermission is coming to a close. It almost slipped my mind. Don't expect any medals from the Imperial government. Nobility grows even more irksome. Rewards are given to commoners. It is unfortunate. I really see his excellence in such an agreeable mood. What? Seriously, is that what you call it? Seems to be taking a liking to you. I understand that it may be a tough pill to swallow, but I suspect you accept what he has to say. So perhaps it isn't my place to tell you that, given my position. That was horrible. It's a damn monster. Oh, we can't let it get to us. We'll take his perspective at face value. I tell you, you're okay. Yes, I'll be fine. The imagery he invoked was a little too vivid. I got lightheaded was all. I don't blame you. Even I can feel those flames he kept talking about breathing down my neck. Calling the Blood Nine Chancellor a monster is putting things lightly. He believes he holds the whole of Crossbill in the palm of his hand. Hey, but I'm not sure he called us here to torment us, believe it or not. Same goes for President Rocksmith. I think the interests they're taking in us is genuine, not better or worse. Let's take it for what it's been. What it's been. A learning experience. That's one way to look at it. I think we could all take a page out of your book once in a while. Milk it and leave it to the Lord to make near empty glass half full. But he's right. There's no way we can let this show slow us down. Of course not. What we should do instead, have it propel us forward. In any case, it just about used up the rest of the intermission. Head back to Deadly. Report on how both of our meetings went. Just checking something. How's the conversation wore on? Part of the problem is that a lone cult was able to cause so much public disorder in a single night like this. Over half of Crossbow's state guard fell into their control. Quite literally, in fact. Such a failure in security is unprecedented. Read that resume. I was under the impression that we already covered this in full detail. Details are not what is in question. It is the quality of your state's crisis management that so concerns us. You cannot deny the extent to which that incident endangered the lives and property of Imperial citizens on your borders. What do you have to say to that? Yeah, hold on. Reparations and redresses in the wake of a cult incident have already been administered. Adding further mirror on top of that will only serve to cast everyone as a most unfavorable light. Monetary compensation is not the issue either, Your Highness. The Crossbill state government has still yet to answer how it can comprehensively guarantee its security. There's no need to protect the lives, property, and the economic use of all those in it. The entire Crossbill. Can such protection truly be assured from a state constantly mirrored in political gridlock? A state so susceptible to top-down corruption? Murder. Pardon me, but I heard Speaker Oddman was immediately removed from office upon its corruption. Crossbow's political system has proven perfectly capable of self-correction. The new security framework not suffice? I must disagree, Your Lordship. Surely you don't mean it would be that easy. Crossbell's political foundation is bound to corruption by nature. Of course, acknowledge that Mayor Croy and Speaker McTell has been nothing less than an outstanding statesman. What will happen to Crossbell when they're gone? How quickly would things regress without their leadership? I apologize for my cynicism here, but corruption and government have long been inalienable. It's true, not only of Crossbell, but my own kingdom as well. Taking that into consideration would not be for the best of us to observe whether the Speaker and Mayor can bring about political reform during their terms.
Pardon me for saying this, Your Highness, but I believe that is rather naive of you. I understand why you would be hopeful. However, the seat of the Crossbow cannot be so easily compared to a monarchy such as Labar. Undermine the political system of the land. There's no central or traditional authority, simple feat. Victory has proven that. History has proven that time and again. That may be true. My native Calvard is founded upon our honorable Republic Charter and the legal of the monarch. It's an impressive undertaking by various powers and groups that gathered over after our revolution 100 years ago. So with that charter in place, our country knows our system can survive with dignity, even if it too may at times be stricken with corruption. So you say. It is not as though our autonomous state has laws and without its own pride and honor. I'll concede that our state's young history, imperfections in its design, have come to light. But so too is it indisputable that we have been improving upon it, slowly but surely. Mr. Grimwood, ask how many additional laws and amendments have been passed by Crossbell's government in the past 10 years? Of course, while I don't have the exact figure, I'd estimate 15 total. Only 15 10 years? Why, how can that be? It's an average of just 5 a year. Perhaps, though the rate has been trending upward in recent times. There were 12 laws passed last year, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. Admittedly, many of these were merely addendums to additional financial and mobile network provisions. Regardless, I think it's clear that we cannot assume a meaningful new security framework would be so properly implemented. As I suspected, it would be wise to seek alternative solutions in the interim. I agree wholeheartedly. My. I hadn't realized the two of you had become such close bedfellows. Perhaps you care to settle the territorial dispute over the narrow towns as well while you're at it. Haha, point taken, Your Highness. I'll have to leave. Scott, we'll have to leave discussing that matter for another day. Time is growing short, gentlemen. Advise to move on to another point of discussion. Very well. And as proposed by His Excellency, let us now review. This is bad. Exactly what Mr. Grimwood warned with it. That's what happened. Blood Iron Chancellor and President Rocksmith are going knives. Going knives out on Crossbell as we speak. Anything the mayor or speaker can say in objection? Unfortunately, as they're stated, Crossbell state law has more than a few structural flaws. That's what makes it difficult for my grand financial leader to deny what they're saying. Maybe, but the mayor should perish themselves. We're the ones who built those laws into Crossbell during its founding several years ago. They have no right to use that against us to force their own agenda. Huh. These group of things don't go down like this from the very beginning. As I told you before, the discourse on this cat for itself has nothing to do with us. Keep our heads on straight and see to it that we make through the rest of the day. Right, sorry about that. Should we begin another patrol in that? First division, this other thing. Emma, there's something. What? What's going on? Must have been an incident. Red Castellation and Hayway are both on the move. Right, shaking off our surveillance. No way. Are you serious? Settle down. This is nothing we aren't prepared for. Taylor, I'll keep you posted if there's any further developments. Understood. That's right. Damn, so this is really gonna go down, huh? What are they planning? Try to keep her cool, Randy. The Red Cancellation wouldn't try to pull something here. Conference. Right. Brown Fuller's forces protecting the entrance of the building. I suppose they're about to pick a fight with either one of either now or each other now at all times. Yeah? Everything we've managed to fix says it's unlikely. I beg your pardon? I'm down there. Excellent. I ask you to repeat yourself. I'm praying with every fiber of my being that I simply misheard you. I'll gladly say it as many times as you require. Disband the Crossbell Guardian Force. Its place, station security forces from abroad, permanently within the state. Is the most logical course. Please wait a moment. Surely you aren't forgetting the terms of the Migration Pact, Chancellor Osborne. Irish of that. Agree to not use the force to solve disputes in or over Crossbow. This, however, is not an attempt at invasion. Really state the obvious. The useless pseudo-military that loses control of its and threatens its own people's lives is better off just resolved. In practice, the Crossbow Guardian Force is inconsequential in place before the Imperial or even Republican armies. The CGS armored cars may as well be made a favor compared to a true tank. Seeing nothing of the drain on Crossbow and Mirror has any cost to maintain. If matters to state security to their foreign military force. That is the best and most cost-efficient solution for your autonomous territory. I would consider that far too radical an option. Just how you would propose these foreign military. Do you, Chancellor of Araboni, plan on nominating the Imperial Army? That'd be rather tone deaf. Record. I'll say anything of that sort. I think bringing up, I am willing to forgive crossbows for transcription. Offer the Imperial Army's aid if necessary. It's a small price to pay for the sale of peace. The Westerns in the area, wouldn't you say? Ka. Settle down, everyone. There's no reason to get so worked up. I agree the Chancellor's proposal is a bit, shall we say, drastic. I do, however, share this opinion that the CGF leaves much to be desired. It's wholly inadequate when it comes to state security. Oh. What would you propose then? This is only a suggestion. I would advise a mass reduction of Guardian Forces members to start. Exchange, Calvard can resume responsibility from Tangroom Gate, while Erebony does the same at Bellegarde Gate. That way neither army would be able to respond to emergency statewide. Whether you're here in Crossbow City or otherwise. That's actually an improvement. That's hardly an improvement, Mr. President. Even so, it is worth consideration. An impressive man, President Rocksmith. Managed to be an excellent statesman and leader, all while fending off staunch political opposition. Well, compared to you, Chancellor, you're for an entire empire while suppressing the influence of disgruntled nobles. This can't be happening. I've heard enough. I had to remind you that there were more than 2 countries participating in this conference. Oh, pardon me, Your Highness. I've gotten a bit sidetracked. Discussion has progressed so far. Would you mind giving us your opinions on the idea? Yeah. Ugh. This is terrible. Yeah, absurd is more like it. Take some serious balls to spout any of this with a straight face. I hate to say it, but it's not as though their proposal is done on any basis. Still, I was hoping things wouldn't come to this. At this point, all we can do is hope the Speaker and Mayor can stand their ground. Yeah, of all times. Could be deadly. Hang's here.
Hey, it's Sergey.
Hey, Sergey, what's going on?
Hold on. I'll keep it short. Sonny just called me.
Anti-aircraft radars installed near Tangram and Belgrade were destroyed. Same ones being used to detect any potential invading ships across Belen airspace.
What?
Spikes to work at the terrorists.
Alright, Rayfield Dudley.
You guys be careful and get ready. Add to that. Oh. Mangle and the others? No, not that others. Please, everyone, may I have your attention? And your concerns over Crossbill's domestic security? I'd like to offer my own suggestion. Oh. Haha, I thought you'd staying a little too quiet. Let's hear it. What do you propose? Thank you, I was thinking. Everyone get down. What? Airship.
Yeah.
Yes, reserve it. Is it the terrace? How did they even get here?
Greetings, everyone.
Windows are bulletproof tempered glass. But to be safe, I must urge you that you all back away from me. Your Highnesses, are you alright? Yes, I'm fine. My ship's just out. It was a high-speed Ranford model. Yes, I'm sure. It was a Verne Company military gunship. Right. So that aligns with the report we received. One had been stolen. Is everyone alright? Yes, thank the goddess. Where'd those fiends go? Good, you should still be having attention conference attendees. Let me change your dresses. The Imperial Liberation Force. We represent the anti-immigration faction, seeking to protect the traditions and sanctity of our beloved country. I don't believe it.
Two terrorist groups menacing the Empire and the Republic?
Causes him to seem fit to form alliance, such that we may topple the respective bigots, blights that plague us. Prepare yourself, Blood Knight Chancellor Gilead Oswald.
President Rocksmith, today you meet your end. To protect the interworn heritage of our Calvard from the despicables of the East. You'll stop at nothing. This is preposterous.
Yeah, that's drivel. Yeah, this ain't looking too good. Here they come.
Headed straight for us? Damn it. This is what those blueprints were for.
On that contract, the CGF on standby and have them.
What?
What? What the? Why did it just close? What is going on here? Good, the button is responding. God, what an idiot his name is going. Hey, how's the girl supposed to? She's headline like this, huh? Do something right. Well, what do you want me to do? This is far from ideal. Our security system is being under control. It's likely the work of that leader from yesterday. That hacker from yesterday. Let's move, everyone. Into the 35th floor. We have to protect the dignitaries. After that,
These are the elevators out. We're gonna have to head for the emergency stairs. What? But it was open a moment ago. Yo, can you work your magic? I'll do what I can. This is trickier than I expected. There's nothing I can't do. Opened. Your dog comes in clutch yet again. Oddly. Security log on this gate wasn't particularly good. No, it's been breached. The security on the other exits will likely be it. May not be able to do this for all of them. It's like the security system has more than a few aces in it. Worry about that later. We gotta move. We've got to move. Now. Smoke around the chancellor. Have to get through me first. Ah, the divine blade of wind. Hold your ground. Attacking waves! Here to help. You three fall back. We're in your net. You love Azure! Starting to the Honor family. The Burley and Belglar. Doesn't matter. Take them down. You can leave that. Oh. Hey guys. Lecter. Dignitary's alright? Yeah, for now anyway. They're talking for later. They're coming from behind too. Something's coming this way! Those. It's like the ones we fought at Mafi's hideout. Mind that suppress them. They have archaisms too. They came in from the roof. Those things made up past society then? Paris could have acquired them from that black market, or perhaps. What's the matter? Over there, the archaisms weren't the other ones on their tracks. Oh, monsters. No other choice. You can't play me. Toast. My force would be a tall order. Everyone. I was wondering where you were. Nice job pushing them back with their tails between their legs. Hey, but they're going to escape at this rate. You get it up into you? Not for sure, but I can try. Like I feared, the security level has been increased to maximum protection. I'm unable to bypass it on a portable terminal, even if I use the IAM system. Okay. Talk to me. Yes, we managed to hold out. Unfortunately, then. Much. Taking the elevator to the basement, right this second. The basement. Go back on their airships to the roof. Stop and think about why they wouldn't. Could be trying to detonate orbital bombs they placed on board the ship. What? I'd be right if that's the case. They were aiming to bury the Chancellor and President with the building itself. That was Braz Jarrus who got such a thing. It's foolish. Oh, this is a pickle. There's no way around it. You have to get through Shutter even if it's by brute force. Wait. You have to resort to that after all. What? Well, look who it is. You. I spit water to trash my place. Get you for that, you'll rue the day. Cross Jonas Sacred. Ah, feisty, aren't you? At least the controls to the tower at once. Oh boy, I guess you got me home. I'm fine. It's just a little time kill anyway. I had my fun. Good luck, boys and girls. Do your best to not bite the big one. What? Focus on getting the tower back under control. Yona, did he come back too? Let's see. Must have taken today's flight from Le Mans. And now restoring tower controls. Can we use the elevators too? Yes, I am disengaged. I have no control about the one there. In that case, I'll head to the roof. Anyone to disarm the orbital bombs on board their ship. It'd have to be me. You can do this, Kilika. But of course, it's a skill any counterintelligence officer worth their weight would have. All right, Secretary. What do you say we split the work? Sure, might as well. Allow me to accompany you there. Chance they may have left Archaisms behind to protect their bombs. The rest of you should pursue the terrace. You may still be able to catch them. Understood. Manage. The group is coming with us. There are 2 cells of terrace you're dealing with. We'll likely need to split up. Roger that. Aye, aye, sir. Yes, right. Understand we can make do with what we know. Good work, Anna. I'll speak to you again later. You don't have to say. You apologize, but you analyze the terrorist escape routes. They fled to the geofence via August Tower Foundation. By foundation, you mean the basement of the tower. Must lead to lose now how many sectors of the geofence? Won't stop us from capturing those fanatics. I refuse to let them get away and still in the name of the Crossbound Police Department any further. My sentiments exactly. I attended the International Conference of the Representatives. Now there was the other one. Right before my eyes. The bracer I cannot let this stand. We're going to capture them. There's no doubt in my mind. I'd probably be less nervous if it weren't for those bombs sticking away on the roof. Sure, Killican like her wheel, you know. After all, I have seniors. And Major Vanderleer. Seriously, that's a real all-star bomb squad we got. Oh, and they're going a heck of a way down, aren't we? Yeah, it's from floor 35 to floor B8. Yeah, the SSS is taking on Crossbell's underbelly. Really. Oh, you're not pretty hard. Jeez, you'd think they'd be waiting this whole life for this moment. Very long ourselves. Right.
This is not what I was expecting. The only one who feels a little overwhelmed here. Curious, what exactly is this? Main shaft of Orgus Tower, I believe. Chamber is where the weight of the structure is distributed. For optimal weight running support. I've heard that there was something like this inside the tower. I never expected it to be so expensive. Yeah, it's impressive. Can we keep it moving now? Yeah, let's keep going south. I seriously think they went this way, didn't they? Likely not. Security measures are still in place. Okay, so we should follow deadly arrows. Yes, that's it. Look here. There's only one explanation. Alright, this is so far. There a little collaboration took them. Deadly arrows. What's going on? We have a problem. Not just changing one combined massive terrorist down here anymore. Oh no. Saying the group trying to off the Chancellor and one aiming for isn't it split ways here? No doubt in my mind. Republican terrorists went up the sea sector to the Azure. While one from the Empire has escaped to the D section. How can you possibly tell? I get it, it's a footprints, isn't it? Exactly. Exactly. They're in too much of a hurry to hide their tracks. In case we should split into two groups ourselves. If we don't make case, one or both of them could escape. Manage to escape. Agreed, that would be the best course of action. So sus, you pursue the Erebonian and terrorists in the might divide our forces. We outnumbered several times over with just the two of you. Just the two of you? C-section. It's home to a heat treatment plant. It's a difficult place to navigate for those unfamiliar with it. Especially the D sector. There are more open spaces. Greater numbers will serve you better there. Makes no sense to me. Yeah, we're running out of time. Let's say we go with our plan. Fine. I'll speak careful there. Same to you. Our suspects are one terrorists who are willing to give their lives for their cause. You let your guard stand. Right. Roger. Our mission is to catch the terrorists before they can escape the geofront. Right. Gotta know that them killing if they think they're getting away. Underground parking lot? This is designed with the expectations of the future. Cars will become more common and possible. Or I get, but this place is so big, it's only a rolling address. How many people do they think are gonna be driving over cars every day? The way I see it, that was just a no-eyed excuse made up for the members, officials who wanted this place to be. That sounds more likely. It's very much the case, unfortunately.
Let's see her heartburns full from Grace. I'm not surprised. We clearly have a lot of ground to cover. Swinging anyone here won't be easy. Human signatures is aiming. A group of 8 on the move nearby. Hey, maybe it won't be as so hard after all. Let's hurry. Oh, that's where we just. There. Cool. Not good. What the hell are they? Pursuers? Damn, how did they follow us? Sure. Hey, you wanna play? Armed. Oh, to your left. Move, we can't afford to stop. Yeah, what are those? Get those feet moving. I escaped. Lazy SSS sure ain't afraid to take action now. No time to lose. We have to pursue them. Like hell, we're gonna let them get away now. Sorry about this, team. I woke up early today and I had to go to the bathroom. I couldn't get back to sleep. Oh yeah. How often do you think Corona Ferry in general? Stores get phone calls asking if they have been celebrating the can. What the heck? Or if we're just wandering around here for. Set to the eye. Box of Iron Chancellor. How long do you think your precious chest bell will last? I'm sure we could have a. Lads, I'm President Locksmith. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'd like to order with medals for opening all of my friends. Earlier this year during the Bolton incident. Guess chests weren't important enough to invite to the trade conference, huh? Dieter? Fine, we'll hold in our own chest Zmira trade conference. gratitude. I'm really glad Princess Pilati got to speak with Lecter again. And now she can finally have some closure. Oh, a cold Tuesday morning when I suddenly realized I was still a treasure chest. Ah. I might have missed a chest. Boy. Let's see. Yep. Oh. A white canvas. I'll make sure I'm getting all the treasures. Sorry for... Yep. I'll play this to its conclusion. like an overwhelmed. Just up ahead. Hurry. You are just. What do we have here? An underground freight line? That's right, it was used to transport goods and cargo to our workers' town. Everyone, look. Walkway. Try to show yourself if they're too. Can't let them escape. Search for another route. There is a chest. Look. Nice, we looked around. Hey, there's things I met. Throwing us off the trail by now. Good news for us. Now's our chance to catch up.
Deal breaker. The heck? Oh. Gosh darn it. Look at me, man. Oh. I've gotten these mixed up. I thought I was going back to the same position.
to know. I must have defused the bombs on top of the tower. Those bastards. This is supposed to be a transfer. We haven't signed that cooperation with California. Then for what? No. No waver, comrades. Allies are legion. With there and two Cayennes backing, we cannot be stopped. Once we have escaped this place, another opportunity will be sure to present itself. We will have a freeze. What? Little brats from earlier. The hell? Blasted our way here to dance. Yeah, so we took a different route. Genius, right? The data you were provided wasn't quite as comprehensive as you thought it was. We got that mouse! Just who the hell are you? Crossbell Police Department, Special Police Station. We hereby place you under arrest on numerous charges, including terrorism, sabotage, attempted assassination, and attempted mass murder. No, police! This almost wasn't a scout from a puny state like this could stop our cause. Watch your tone. Any idea how many innocent lives you could have taken today? The way you're getting out of here is in chains. So, you're those 10 kinds of terrorists. Completely delusional. You can do whatever you want in the eyes of the goddess because you convince yourselves that what you're doing is fine. Silence! Your cross balance have no right to look down on us. Your state tossed aside its grind and hoard itself out for prosperity. Reasoning with them is useless. They have no remorse. They meant to misunderstand. It's not our intention to disrupt the lives of others for the sake of our rules. However, should the dictator be allowed to continue leading our empire down his despotic path, no telling how many may suffer. For that reason, we will grant no quarter. And you stand in the way of us taking the Chancellor's head. While trying to get through these tests, take their asses and sort it out later. Ichiho Breaker. No, how could this be? I just got my dogs from a silent state of all things. I'll give you that prosperity. Graspel enjoys for decades his counter cost. Don't you dare think for a second that crossbones have lost sight of their pride. Situation is far from ideal, but despite all the pressures that shadow us down, still fight to claw our way over those barriers. Well, so do I. Hard to disagree. Perhaps I was huddling to a something else made. I can see that attempting to destroy the tower is going just a step too far. Does that mean you surrender? No! We cannot fall here. Not while the Blood Iron Chancellor still breathes. Look out. Everyone pull back. What the? Guided missiles. CGS armor cars. Bastards, how the hell did you get your hands on that? Oh, wouldn't you like to know we have more friends in our places than you can imagine? I see you strive to climb. I see you trying to climb your way out of this world. We've wasted enough time here with you. Everyone alright? Yeah, surprisingly. Alright, Sylphie. Yeah, luck will manage to decommission this road racer. Don't get too comfortable. This is one of the Force's most durable models. I'm full of anti-Earth shielding. Keep your free movement. You see an opening? Take it. So what you're saying is I should put my mouse. My controller is being weird. I got all his sleeves. Okay. Ooh, we did it. We open the doors and pull out whoever's inside before that. Won't be necessary, and I take note. No vital signs there aren't no more thing. It's fully automated to begin with. Wait, what? Freaking kidding me? That's archaisms with them too? Exaggerating about having friends in high places. No time to worry about that. I have to resume the pursuit, or else they'll... Gunfire? What could be happening? Come on, we gotta move. We gotta move. No. Damn it. Ugh. Oh. Constellation, why would you? It's a business. Contractual obligation. We've already sent you associated to destroy the anti-aircraft raiders. Up to Adios 2. Feel free to join them in their arms. How regrettable. Shelley, you're the one still cowering in the back there. Can I? What's the matter? Alright, I'll give you a fair chance. Just you and me, 1-on-1. Ah! Ah! You lose. Thanks for play. Stop. Ain't no fun. I was getting to the best part. too long enough.
Oh, surely. What the hell are you all doing here? We're too late. Oregon, every last one. What have you done? Why would you just slaughter them like this?
Aren't you listening? It was business. We killed the terrorists over here to assassinate the Imperial Chancellor and the Empire's eldest prince. Because that is what Imperial government hired us to do.
You can't be serious. Serious as a heart attack? That's your contract with the Imperial government? You got a stamp on it? Everything. Yeah, that means, don't you? Oh, let me see you. No touchy. Can't be. That's most state law. Article 9, paragraph 3. At all times across most state governments shall recognize and defer to the executive authority of the Airborne Calvarian administration.
That's right. Otherwise, we're acting as proxies for the Imperial authority. Official executioners with diplomatic immunity, I might add. So,
this from the very beginning. You blooded this from the very beginning. Why did you have to kill him? What reason can there possibly be? They're no threat to you. You could have just as easily disarmed them, couldn't you? So why did you? Oh, Randy. Randy. You okay, Randy?
On the word execution, we do have trouble understanding. We of all people should have me no stranger to the cause of this caliber. Blame someone look in the mirror. Perhaps things would have ended differently. Had you done your job and kept it first. But the blood knife strengths their minds or failure then might just well set a food basket. All the political leverage you've just handed me.
No. How could we let this?
Aha, it's a show of good faith. We'll let this last little bit. Really? Release it.
Oh, man.
Oh, everyone was fine when they gave up this easy.
Catch.
Slip out of your fingers again.
Ah!
Sure. We got here. Pull out. Time to cash in our checks. Tonight we feast.
Yeah! Later, guys.
Excuse us, young master.
You're around, Commander Randolph.
All I was to get away from all this. Oh, stay it! And Haley Pest. Oh, they ain't helping them. Solely. These are wanted men. What authorization the Republican government has granted you? You have no right to take them into custody.
Authorization on you. I can't simply know what Haley's elders commanded.
If that isn't a good enough answer for you, we take no issue with applying a healthy little force. I'm interested to see who would win between a match between the divine blood of wind and my associate over there.
The eastern border governor Zhang He has been a long time coming, yeah? Understand you excel in direct entrance. I would say we're at a disadvantage.
Rest assured, our terrorist friends are in good hands. Simply be utilized as a temple to deter other radical Calvary nationalists in order for any political destiny. Don't screw with us. The various generous our glorious republic is. What? Isn't that right?
This Sly Dog is even craftier than that. Isn't he though?
I find him to be something of a kindred spirit in that sense. I insist that you direct any and any objections you may have to his administration. Then let us take our leave. Sir. I see. Understood. Everyone here is safe and sound. There's no need to worry. Just as the terrorists. Calvarian terrorists were apprehended by several members of KUA train. I fear the Republican government granted them the authorization to do so. Oh, splendid, splendid. They're friends of ours, rest assured that we can vouch for their character. As for the Airborne terrorists, I was told that the Red Constellation exceeded them on orders from the Imperial government. Can't be serious. Chancellor Osborne, what is the meaning? I do understand the Imperial government hired Jaegers, foreign soil, for the purpose of carrying out a mass execution. You have the right of it. Down to the very last word. Sure, you know that there's no punishment more for than a swift death. I dare you to take me in your life, shall serve as a suitable deterrent for fools hiding in the background. These ones, as troubling as this is, their actions still fall within the bounds of state law. I may be, but even so, this is far too great a breach of trust. You misunderstand, speaker. More importantly, wouldn't you call today's incident a prime example of what the Chancellor and I were saying? Surely you see now that Crossbow State government is incapable of managing a crisis such as this by itself. Not only did the terrorists successfully infiltrate the venue of the trip conference, you and yours failed to stop them. If not for our preemptive safeguards, they would have evaded capture. You consider this proof that the measure we put forward to work with. That's right. Forgive my brashness. We consider how close to the brink of death our lives were placed today. A better time now than this is. A hustle to station crew. This is borderline coercion. And then this was all intentional. I see Ham's plans to list those despicable even for you. I can have your attention, everyone. Still have not concluded discussing the final matter in the meeting. I do believe the Chancellor and President's proposals worth consideration, however. I'd first like to finish this statement. I was going to make before we were interrupted by the future. Oh. What do you think? Actually, this is not so much a motion to be discussed as a declaration of intent. I'm somewhat hesitant about this idea. The events that transpired earlier were just and I was all. So please allow me to take this opportunity to advocate for our final proposal. No longer be swayed by the whims and desires of foreign powers. For the sake of lasting peace in the region, no, throughout the entire continent. I hereby propose to the citizenry and all nations of Zemira that Crossbell be recognized as an independent state. Afterwards. Look who it is. Fancy meeting you guys here. Red Constellation. Scarlet Ogre and his daughter. Ready, Lord Second Sir. Relax, man. Neither one of us is in a position to do anything until we've taken care of our clients' terms. It would be unprofessional to jump the gun for a little fun, wouldn't it? Haha. Not my words, but I agree. Which reminds me, I'd like to congratulate you on the successful reopening of Neil Bluff. My apologies for not having welcomed you to the neighborhood already. Oh, thank nothing of it. You'll have to excuse me for not knocking on your door when you arrived, old friend. Speaking of reminders, there are colleagues back in the Eastern Quarter. The ones that managed to survive, that is. Quite alright, thank you very much. Sorry to disappoint you. Hope it makes you feel any better. I had the elders still have time, I was courtesy of all of you.
He sure better. We busted right into their little council and took him hostage.
And you have not fared so well, so I have not been absent on the mission.
Are you Yin? The legendary Zhong something? The strongest warrior of the Eastern Quarter?
You must be bloody sure. And one of the strongest battalion commanders of any Jaeger Corps on the continent, despite being only 16 years old.
Yeah, so.
Honestly, I'd rather do all my hunting, so. Enough about me, what's with the getup? Bet you'd be loads more powerful without that fancy schmancy mask and uniform. I beg your pardon. Taking a lot out of you, right? Keeping it all together. Muscles would be a heck of a lot stronger if they could move the way they want, right? Well. Aha, does this old man proud to move. His daughter's got a good eye for things. Sorry if she hit a sore spot. Charlie knows what she wants and when she sees it. There's no chance. So, I suggest we move on. Let's see how more catching up you'd like to do. Not at all. Sorry to keep you. Until we meet again. Yes. Yeah, see you around.
Bye-bye now.
Alrighty. Well, that is the end of that chapter. And also, the end of me playing this for a little bit. There's the Azure. Next week, we'll be doing Trails of Cold Steel 2. Thanks for hanging out with me and putting up with all my yawns. Ugh. Maybe do this a little bit later on in the morning. But yeah, anyway.